How to Connect Your Japanese Washing Machine by Donald Ash. Hey guys, this is Donald with thejapanguy.com, and today I'm going to show you how to connect your washing machine here in Japan. So in my last apartment, the company did everything for me. So I was working for Eon, and they were really great and they had everything connected. But when I stopped working for Eon, I moved to a new place. And in my new place, it did come with a stove, but I hear that most apartments don't. But I had to get a washing machine and refrigerator and all of that stuff. And I didn't want to buy a new refrigerator because I figured a used one would be cheaper. But I got really lucky because my washing machine was free. And I'll explain that to you a little bit later, maybe later this week. But let's just walk you through the steps to connect your machine, okay? So I'm already going off of the assumption that you've placed your washing machine into its holding spot. So we won't worry about that, okay? So we are going to do this in 5 steps. I'm going to show you in 5 steps how to connect your washing machine. So let's take a look. Okay, so here's my washing machine. And let's take a look at the components that we're going to be connecting today, okay? So the first thing that we're going to connect is right here. Okay, so this hose is going to get connected first, and this is how we get water into our washing machine. Okay, and if we glance down here, this is the next hose that we have to connect. Okay, and that's this one here. And this is how we get water out of the washing machine. Okay, so once you've rinsed everything, it flows out here. Okay, and then if we look up here, here's our power cable. Very, very important. That's how we're going to power our machine. Okay, our AC cable. And we talked about this earlier this week. This is the ASU cable, or earth cable. And from what I understand, again, I'm not an electrician, but if anything goes wrong with the machine, this takes the electricity into the ground instead of into your body. Okay, so those are the 4 pieces that we're going to look at, and we'll also take a look at this valve right over here. Okay, so without further ado, let's connect your washing machine. So step 1, we're going to take this hose and connect it. So one thing I want to show you really quickly, or 2 things to keep note of. Most important thing is to make sure that when you connect, this hose is not kinked at all. Now you can loop it, but you don't want it to be kinked. Second thing, so when you're connecting here, it doesn't just slip on. There's a locking mechanism in this thing, and I think most of the connections for the washing machines are like that. So I usually just take my thumb, place it here, and I take the crook of my forefinger and I place it here, and I pull down, just like this. So this opens the device, and then this locks the device. Okay? So we're going to open, come over here to this piece, okay? We're going to connect and then let go, okay? So now this piece is locked, and as you can see right now, there are no kinks. Okay, and I'll let you take a look over here as well. So no kinks in my tube. And one thing to note is if you have a hard time, just remember that you can adjust this thing. Okay, so this moves. So if you need to try to get some of the kinks out of your hose, this is very, very helpful. Okay? So that's step 1, connecting the hose to the water intake. Step 2, we're going to connect this hose down here. Okay, and this is just how the water gets out of your machine. And actually, this piece, so this black piece here, this black piece was already connected when I got to the apartment. So when I came in, that's what it looked like. Okay, so you can do this one of 2 ways. You can actually just go here and just press straight in. Very, very simple. Or if yours is harder to reach, you can actually take off this stopper, okay? So once you take this off, you can connect here first and then do it. Okay? And either method works. And again, you want to make sure that there are no kinks in your tube. And what I'm going to do is I want it to be as easy as possible for the water, whatever gunk comes out, to escape. So that's how mine's going to look. So as you notice, no kinks. Step 3, we're going to connect your earth cable. Ta-da-da! So this is your earth cable, and if you look right there, this little arrow piece here, that's where we're going to put the earth cable. Okay? So if you look at this piece, it actually screws. So if we turn to the right, it tightens, and if we turn to the left, it loosens. So somebody taught me Righty, Tighty, Lefty, Loosey. I think maybe my dad taught me that. But anyway, that's a good way to remember how to do this. So we're going to turn it to the left to open. And I'm going to take the exposed piece of my cable, and I'm actually going to slide it in here. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but with my other hand, we're going to turn to the right and actually tighten it. Okay? And there we go. Your earth cable is now connected. That's the end of step 3. Okay, we're nearly done. Step 4. Sorry, you can't see my fingers. Step 4. We're going to take your AC or your plug, and you're just going to plug it in. Okay? So now you have your power source ready. Step 4, very, very easy. Plug it in. And step 5, last thing we're going to do is we're going to go to this valve over here and just make sure that it's open. If that valve isn't open, you aren't going to get any water, okay? Now, there's a little wick inside, so when I turn it on, the water isn't just flowing through, but you just want to make sure it's open to let water in when the time comes, okay? So, we're going to go over here. Okay, and again, righty is tighty. So we're going to do a lefty loosey here. And that means that water is now flowing into the machine. Okay? And what I'll probably do is turn mine off and on just to save water. I don't know if it does or not, but I probably will do that. So, we should be all set. Your washing machine is now connected. I don't know what that sound just was. And guess what? Your washing machine is all connected, so you should be ready to wash clothes. And just to make sure I did everything correctly, I'm going to do a quick load to make sure everything is okay. Here to witness my first load of clothes being washed at my new apartment. Yeah, and I've been here for a long time, so that just lets you know that I've been having to use the coin laundry quite a bit and been having to go with some dirty clothes. But let's use the washing machine, okay? So, here we go.